think my breads are a little bit hard today. I think these could probably be used on the shuttle. I'm not sure that's going to work out today. 4x3 by 16 by 9. Just working on some video stuff and making some little graphics and some animations and stuff, and decided to go on YouTube and flick on like an 80s playlist. And the track that came up was what's it called? I was going to say Beastie Boys, but it's not Beastie Boys. The track's called Runaway, Small Town Boy by I can't remember now. Small Town Boy. I've only had one coffee this morning. Anyway, it was in 4x3, and I just had this like massive realization of like remembering where I was coming back from school, running in the house, flipping on the television because we had this new channel, MTV, right? I don't know if you remember the whole experience. I remember when it switched on in Europe and the first video was like Michael Jackson's Thriller. It scared me to death, but also at the same time was like, this is the coolest thing that's ever happened in my life. We now have a music channel, and this video is just like insane, you know, like these zombies, and then they're all dancing together and choreographed, and it was amazing. It was like, holy shit, like it's almost like I imagine what kids go through today with like TikTok and Instagram. It's like, holy shit, this is amazing. We have this new source of like brain food information, right? But it got me thinking about the format. It got me thinking about the 4x3 format, right? We got so used to televisions and the CRTs, the box in the room with the curved screen. I remember looking at the side profile of a TV screen, and this curved big like CRT tube thing that hadn't changed for God knows how many years. And its blurriness, and it's, you know, there was no clarity to this thing. It was garbage, really. And when you look at some of the old YouTube videos from the 80s, like, I know they've probably been recorded off like VHS or Betamax tapes or whatever, but I think we're very much, or we have been very much, in a 4x3 perspective aspect ratio, right, in terms of the way that Steam has been. And I know there's a lot of people saying, oh, this is bad, this is bad, this is damaging, this is draining this pool, yada, yada, yada. There's all these like free market things that people are pissed about because everybody's a unicorn, everybody has an opinion on everything. But I think we're missing a really big point, is that I think we're going to have, at some point, our Sony Trinitron moment. Now, I don't know if you have to be of a certain age here, but like the Sony Trinitron TV set, for some reason, was like this ultra television that Sony just dropped out of nowhere with this 16.9 perspective like viewing area, and 100 hertz. Eventually it did 100 hertz. I think the first one was like 66 hertz, but it was flat. It was this flat Trinitron technology, and it was fucking amazing. Like every friend that I had who had money, their parents had one, and there was this interesting thing that happened. It was like, you know, you go around to your friend's house, and all of a sudden the videos and the content that you were consuming in 4x3 seems really bland and boring, because on 16:9 you had all this additional information on the sides of the screen. I might be out of focus, and check that. You had all this information on the side of the screen. You got to see the way the content was meant to be seen. That was the way that they kind of like rammed it down your throats. But in some ways, I feel like at some point we're going to have our Sony Trinitron moment where the stuff on the periphery, the stuff on the edges, the things on the border, the steam engine, the condensers, the front ends, the SMTs, all this stuff, all this additional content on the borders, with Steam being the 4x3 grandfather for 3 years stuck in the middle, with all this stuff increasing your viewing perspective of what's possible. So at some point, I feel like we're going to have our Trinitron moment. I feel like we're going to go full 16:9, full HD, 4K, 8K, 16K, whatever K it will be. It will be quality, it will be sharp, it will be high resolution, and you won't even know the difference. The transition from 4x3, that bland square view that you used to have, will be expanded with this luscious landscape of 16:9 steam condensers everywhere. Anyway, I think I'm going to go back to my cocaine and whatever else I've been smoking and do some work. I'll see you later. Bye!
Drifting slowly into an empty space where I can go. just a